I am Lauren Wright. I teach at the Washington International School. I teach humanities and English.
Sixth graders, we have delved into both legalism and Taoism and Confucianism, and today we're going to be talking about how those philosophies apply to the modern context.
So I'm planning today to do a warm-up with picture metaphors. So I have a random selection of pictures on a slide.
Philosophy is like a roller coaster because philosophy takes a lot of turns. We can there's different types of philosophy and it always takes different turns on what the topic that you're thinking about.
Okay, you see that spacey one thing with the black hole? I feel like that's kind of a lot like
it's like the
people
black
get
hole.
sucked in kind of.
I find this to be a really useful way to warm students up because it brings them back and sort of grounds them in the beginning of the conversation, which was what is philosophy as a discipline. And it also allows them sort of a very creative and metaphorical way to express their thoughts. And they usually have a lot of fun with it.
Let's hear one or two or three of the ones that resonated with you. First of all, I just have to know how many of you chose the roller coaster. Just raise your hand if that felt like a lot of people were talking about that one. Okay.
I would say the first time we did picture metaphors, or the first couple of times, especially this is a sixth grade group. They were new to the school, they were new to each other, and they didn't know me either. So I think what happened initially is that they were all really looking for a right answer, and there isn't a right answer with this type of warm-up, which again is why I like it. It allows them some creativity, and it's really open-ended thinking.
Who would like to share?
So me and Davi both wanted to do black holes. So I would say how the black hole has an infinite amount of matter, just like philosophy has an infinite amount of perspectives and things to think about. Because there's no direct answer. It's always there's always another way to think about it.
I chose the flower picture.
Okay.
Because each flower kind of represents a different idea, and it creates one big flower bed and making a picture, which is kind of different ideas creates one thing, but it could be different answers, and I think that's philosophy.
Usually there are one or two nuggets that I can pull out of that warm-up to sort of reflect back to students.
I think that it's a bit like snow, because some people hate snow and some people love snow. So some people might hate an idea, but another person might really like an idea.
I thought you were going to say that some people really hate philosophy and some people really love philosophy.
Well, yeah, that too.
I would say philosophy is like the bowl of pasta, because it's each item or ingredient in the pasta kind of represents an idea or a way of thinking, and it all kind of comes down together in one big melting pot full of the different ideas and perspectives, like Google said.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, so in your explanation, do you see a connection between something you said or were thinking and something that someone else has already said?
Yeah, what Google said about different perspectives.
I think Dylan too, right? Together, it's a whole field of flowers, and together this is a dish.
Yeah.
But separately, the ingredients would taste really differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes them practice to get to a point where they think, oh, real thinking can happen, but I can be talking about a puppy and ancient philosophy at the same time. So they need to get comfortable with that idea, and you need to establish kind of a trust that you are inviting students to go with the thought and explore it and sort of talk it through.
I think philosophy is like a roller coaster. I think this because, in history, there's been so many ups and downs in the civilizations. Civilizations have thrived and then collapsed, and that's why philosophy is needed, because a civilization might become good, or then the leaders, and then it collapses. And then thanks to philosophers, civilizations have been able to move on from that, and they've formed ideas, and that's why I think the ups and downs of a roller coaster, the twists and turns.
All the philosophies we've been talking about have been in response to chaos, right? In times of political upheaval.
But what I enjoy about it is that they often find it to be really fun because the pictures are sometimes nonsensical or silly, but it always really helps them to crystallize their thinking, and they have to kind of boil it down to one core idea. And I find that really useful.
I don't know where you are in the snowstorm of loving philosophy or hating it, but we're going to try to apply some of what we've been talking about to modern middle school scenarios.
And I think it's the perfect warm-up for a class like today, which is really about questions with no answers.